Guys, so bit of an impromptu video today. I'm just finished with my clients and it's Saturday morning and I've decided to video my new sessions that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be going on to 5 sessions a week, and my split is going to be leg day, back, biceps and some calf work in there. I'm going to be doing chest, triceps and calves, and then I'm going to be doing shoulders, calves and abs. So as you can tell, there's quite a lot of calf work in there. My weak point, so obviously again it's based on some frequency, so it's 5 training days a week, there's 4 workouts, and obviously it's going to work in a rotation scheme. So obviously if I did legs on a Monday, then say back and biceps on the Tuesday, Thursday would be say chest and triceps, shoulders, abs and calves on whatever, etc. on the Friday, and then again it'd be legs on the Saturday. So rather than just legs every Monday, it's kind of on a rotation scheme. So there's a little bit more frequency, as I do like doing, but just trying to work on weak point areas. So rather than doing like push, pull, lower, I'm trying to sort of focus a little bit more with some isolation work in there as well. So I'm going to go hit this pull session and hopefully you like it. Okay guys, so first exercise is a trap bar row. So I saw someone else doing this the other day and thought I would give it a go. Just like a bent over row or a T-bar row. But I find that because of the handles on the trap bar, you can really get a greater squeeze. Really trying to focus on just squeezing those shoulder blades at the back, keeping that back nice and flat, and just driving a little bit through the legs if the weight does get a little bit heavy. So that was 3 sets of 8 to 10 on this. Next up, a seated cable row, 3 sets of 15 to 20. Internally rotating the hands at the top just to get an extra stretch on the upper back and the mid back, and then really trying to pull those handles quite low and squeeze those shoulder blades together, guys, so you're really going to get a nice squeeze. Idea here, think about trying to pull with your elbows and your shoulders. So you're trying to get your shoulders as far back, you're trying to get your elbows as far back behind you, okay, and then imagine that someone's got like a 50-pound note in between your shoulder blades, as I always say to my client, and if you squeeze it hard enough, you get to keep it. Okay, next up is a lat pull down. What you'll notice I'm doing is I'm doing the movement in two moves. So I'm doing a retraction and depression, so down and back with my shoulder blades first to control my scapula before pulling it in. I find too many people don't do this or can't do this movement, so splitting it up makes it a little bit easier. So you really want to be feeling that in your mid, back and your lats when you do that. And obviously what you're trying to think about doing is, I think about trying to get my elbows into my back pockets when I'm doing this lat pull down, and just pulling it to kind of the upper chest area and really feeling a nice squeeze in those lats, and you'll also feel a squeeze in the middle of the back. Next exercise was a fat grip barbell curl. So started incorporating the fat grips back in, really good for your forearms and grip strength. So we went for 3 sets of 8 here. What a lot of people don't know as well is that one of the biceps job is to lift the shoulder up in front of you. So what you want to also do when you do your bicep curls is just let the elbow creep forward a little bit at the top and really squeeze that bicep hard. I prefer a barbell because it keeps your wrists supinated a lot more, which is one of the jobs of the biceps as well. I find the EZ bar takes a little bit of the tension off the bicep, because obviously it removes some of the supination, which is the biceps job. Okay, and my final bicep exercise was a rope cable curl. Again, letting the elbow just creep forward. Using this grip here is just like a hammer curl, but you get a lot more tension, I find, with the rope, and it just gives you that variation. 3 sets of 12 to 15 I went for here, really squeezing hard at the top, full extension at the bottom, squeezing the tricep so we get a full stretch on the bicep as well. And this, yeah, really burnt by this point. So like I say, just trying to focus on squeezing that bicep, and this is really going to bring up that brachialis, sorry, so that muscle just underneath the main bicep head. So really thickening out is going to give you a bigger peak and a thicker bicep. And to finish off, I just chucked in 3 sets of 15 to 20, I believe, or it might have been 12 to 15, somewhere around about there, just some calf raises on the Smith machine. What I find, guys, is a lot of people, when they do their calf raises, just bounce up and down, up and down. What you need to do if you really want to get a better calf activation is stop at the bottom of the rep to let your Achilles tendon relax. You're then taking the stretch reflex out of your Achilles tendon, so when you drive up onto your big toe, you're going to be using more of your calf and you're going to get less help from the Achilles tendon. You're obviously going to find you're not going to be able to lift as much, but remember, if you're trying to build muscle, we want mind and muscle connection, and it's leaving the ego at the door and just trying to use a weight that's going to help you connect with the muscle you're trying to hit. Hey guys, so just finished my back and bicep session of part of my new split. Couple of new exercises in there, as you'll see, especially the trap bar, kind of the trap bar row. Really like that. That's really good for getting that squeeze. Different variation I find to a T-bar row. You can just get that extra little squeeze because the handles or the plates or whatever don't get in the way. Otherwise, good all-round session. As you see, incorporated the fat grips as well, so I'm going to be putting them into any time that I'm training biceps from now. I'm going to start incorporating those just for sort of forearm work, grip strength, and you know they have a knock-on effect on the biceps. So for fat grips, really good. And apart from that, all good. The next sort of stage for me, I kind of had a little bit of a think the other night, and I've been watching a couple of videos, and I used to be one of these guys who would struggle to build muscle, and I wondered why, and it was because I think I'd throw the weight around and not think about the mind muscle connection. So on some of my workouts over the next course of this training series I'm going to be doing some pre-exhaust work. So before I do maybe a incline dumbbell press, which I used to feel a lot in my shoulders and triceps, I'm going to now be doing like an incline cable crossover to kind of, or an incline fly or some sort of squeezing exercise and isolating the pecs just to kind of get some blood in there. I trialed it the other day and it felt great, and I really got a better contraction, and I felt the workout a lot more in my chest rather than in my front delts and triceps. But also it'll be a case of me just kind of reducing the weight a little bit, focusing on technique, focus on form, and also trying to focus a little more on time under tension is the final thing I'm going to be focused on. So very much kind of trying to take on that bodybuilding mentality rather than just trying to get strong. Still trying to get strong at the same time, but focusing on time under tension, and focusing on squeezing and contracting and feeling the muscle that I want to work actually do the work. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. As always, take some bits and bobs, pinch some stuff from there if you like it, and if you like the video, then hit like, subscribe to the channel. But until next time, Dom Hills PT, peace out.